time for another episode of the 12-Man Fan Jam Show, a show made by 12s from around the world, for 12s from around the world. I'm Mosette, and here's your host, and my dad, the self-appointed Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Allen Church of Seahawk Positivity.
Yes, welcome everyone to a special Cowboys recap and Wheel of Fun edition of your 12-Man Fan Jam Show as the Seattle Seahawks get ready to take a little break, I guess is the best way to describe it. So do us all, please do us all a big favor and pull your seats up in the full upright position, put your treat tables up, put your seatbelts on, keep your arms and legs inside the podcast at all time. Please feel free to enjoy a desired sin or beverage of your choice. And what can I tell you? This show is... Oh, wait a minute. Got a flag. Hold on. Got a flag. Hold on. They're talking. Hold on a minute. Wait, what did I do?
They got called off.
What did I do? Okay, never mind. Call off. We can move on. Sorry about that penalty flag beginning of the game. I hope it doesn't, or show. I hope it doesn't continue throughout the show like it did on Thursday night.
Yeah.
But here to help us get through this episode is, of course, our 12-Man Fan Jam Show posse. Over there is Matt from merry old England. Hi, Matt.
Good morning, Moses. How are you?
I'm doing okay, I guess. What's new?
I'm good, thanks. No problems over here. I was trying to keep up to see what Aaron Rodgers has been up to. Apparently, he's poised to make a comeback. Just make your own jokes.
Is he coming from behind?
Is apparently, well, all I saw was the big headline saying he's poised to make a comeback, and I was like, oh no. I can't make that joke tonight. It's just not doing it. I've grown out of it.
Well, Matt, we will make our own jokes about the comeback of Aaron Rodgers. And over there is Will Harrison. Hi, Will.
Hi, Moses. How are you?
Doing fine. What's up?
Nothing much. It's just been kind of a...
Oh, no.
Typical week.
That one, too?
Yeah, I'm just got an account at work that I'm trying to write. Christmas season is coming. I got to get the So it's just been another crazy week. How about you?
That wasn't planned either.
You got some laundry to do, right?
Really good.
That's excellent. You got some laundry to do?
Yeah, just a bit.
Yeah, a little bit of laundry because Lois on the floor or left's on the field. And over there is Dustin. Hi, Dustin.
Hello. Hi.
How are you doing?
I'm here.
Okay.
there's that.
All right. How's Kona doing?
Better mood than I was last night, that's for sure.
Well, that's good. How's Kona doing?
Oh, she's fine. She's downstairs right now.
12-Man Fan Jam Show mascot Kona.
Yeah,
and over there is, of course, Little Mo. Hi, Little Mo.
How's it going?
Good. Little Mo's doing us a favor. The Pac-12 Championship, of course, those of you who watch UW, he's keeping an eye on the game because he doesn't really. He just watches football and talks every once in a while. That's all he does on his show.
I learned that I made a decision that Cars 2 is the best Pixar movie ever made.
Say what? Cars 2 is the best Pixar movie ever made. I
like the first one.
See, that's what I did. Oh, that's how I reacted. He said that, and I went, "Oh, okay."
But Toy Story is the best franchise.
Toy Story is really good. I like The Incredibles, at least the first movie. That was fun.
I love his wife.
Okay.
Okay. Listen, they're not all made of plastic. Okay. I should warn you now. So yeah, flag. I think I got another one coming too. Yeah, there's mine. Illegal procedure. But we have a lot to talk about in this show now. I know you say, well, all you got to talk about is the Cowboys game, and that's true, but we've got a fun second half set up for you. But before we go there, let's talk about how this show is actually run. 12-Man Fan Jam Show format. It's 4 quarters and a halftime, as always. A little change up this week because we only have the Cowboys game, and then we don't have it. Little Mo just had a seizure, I think. Are you okay, Little Mo?
You said change up.
Oh, change. Oh, yeah, okay.
Change up.
Did you? Okay. Yes, there's a little change up coming. I'll cue you when it happens. First quarter is going to be news with Will, as always. Second quarter, we are going to recap that Thursday night game against the Cowboys, the Thrilla in Dallas. And halftime, it is the best Seahawk themed trivia game on the air. The 12-Man Fan Jam Show halftime trivia
Of the world.
Stop
and I
looking at me.
believe who was the winner last week?
Not me.
Me.
Pretty sure it wasn't me.
Lil Mo.
I wasn't off by very far again, though.
No.
It was me because I said one.
Yeah, when you set the table. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, third and fourth quarter, we're going to do something called the Wheel of Stuff. Now, what's going to happen is these guys, this posse has been begging me for years to, hey, Moses, you always asking questions at halftime. We want to ask you questions. So we'll explain more coming up, but they're going to ask me questions. And if I miss it, there are consequences. And we'll talk about that in the third quarter. And then the fourth quarter,
Animal
I'm going
urine.
to turn the Wheel of Stuff on them. And for prizes for consequences they don't even know yet. So that'll be interesting to see how that goes. So you're going to want to watch third and fourth quarter for sure about the Wheel of Stuff. It's a brand new feature here on this show. And speaking of this show, we are so glad you're here. We want to remind you that we are all over the place like a bad rash. We are. We have a Facebook
He's not
page,
wrong.
12-Man Fan Jam Show. We have a game day thread where I was almost booted from yesterday. 12-Man Fan Jam Show on Twitter. More of that later.
He got flagged.
I got flagged. YouTube Seahawk positivity. I'll tell you why during the recap. And then you can email us at 12manfanjamshow@gmail.com. We do have some TikTok highlights from this season. 12-Man Fan Jam Show on TikTok. And we are a Seahawk positivity production. But before we get into why I almost got booted from the game day in the second quarter, we'll talk about that. But it's first quarter. In first quarter, it's time for news. It is time for news with our news hound, Will. Will, what you got for us?
Well, Moses, have you been watching the XFL or USFL the last couple of years?
Yes.
Okay. It's they were talking about both leagues were going to merge. Well, that has now become official. Federal regulators have approved the merger of the two spring football leagues. And the combined league is going to debut next spring on March 30th. Quote, "We are now finalizing terms of the definitive agreement and will share more about this new league in the coming weeks." So no confirmation yet as to how many teams are going to be in the league. Both leagues currently have 8. I'm hearing it's most likely there's going to be 12 total, but we shall see. Seattle, of course, has an XFL team.
Yes.
Sure if they're going to have a team in the new league or not. So it'll be interesting to see what comes of this.
I would love to see the NFL get behind this. And
I would love that. I would love it if one of these leagues became a true minor league.
That's what I mean. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Let's do a developmental thing and let's
it's-
get them behind it.
I've seen a few people say that Seattle wasn't going to be in the league. I've seen a few people say that now, so I'm not sure.
Not the Dragons.
If I had to bet, I would say Seattle won't be, but
Yeah.
No.
You never know.
It's
Now,
a
Little
great
Mo had heard 4-4, hadn't you, Little Mo?
Yeah, I heard 4-4, but I don't like 4
We can
XFL.
blame it on The Rock then.
Yeah.
The Rock owns the XFL. We can just start spamming him.
You can blame it on The Rock. I ain't doing nothing.
Yeah, they're saying
Praising that guy.
he throws you around.
Good thing
That
with
was
the-
Dustin, Kara 12-Man Fan Jam Show at gmail.com for our friend
It
The
is.
Rock, who we dearly love with all of our heart
Please don't hurt
Brony.
me.
and respect.
The
But
good thing
no,
with
I'm
the
excited
good thing
about
about
it.
the XFL league is that you can test out some of the rules and stuff as well for
Yeah.
the NFL. It's
Yeah,
a good
very
way of
cool.
being able to test things out and see what's happening. So
Sure.
That's what they do in minor league baseball. Like they had the robo umps in minor league baseball and stuff. That's
They had
what-
the pitch count before it Major League also.
My favorite rule in the XFL is how they do the kickoffs, where both teams line up like 10 yards away from each other.
I like that.
No move until the returner gets it. So you
I like
actually
that.
get off returns again.
yeah,
I like that. I like that too. So it'll be interesting. I'm glad that they're together. I'm glad they didn't fold because one crumbles and the other one crumbles, that they got together and kind of piled the resources together. And I would love to see the NFL step in and kind of say, like you said, let's make this a developmental thing. Remember with the NFL, NFL Europe,
Mhm.
the NFL, the players, the team would allocate so many players to the league. And our good friend John Kitna was quite a player in that league for Seattle. And guys like Jake Delhomme, Kurt Warner, Adam Vinatieri, those guys got their start in the NFL Europe, and the NFL allocated so many players over there, and then they were given like so many free spots on the roster. So if you allocated 4 players, I think you were allowed 4 extra spots on your practice squad or something like that. And so that, I mean, I'd love to see that happen. I thought with NFL Europe, I thought was brilliant. And we got some players that are like Jake Delhomme and John Kitna and Adam Vinatieri and a few others I know for sure. So I would look forward to seeing that. So hopefully it'll happen.
Do we know what they're calling the new league yet?
No,
Not yet.
The USXFL. That's what
We
they
don't-
call it.
And honestly, I've said for a while, can you really call it the USFL if the players aren't doing lines in the locker room like the come on.
Don't rule it out. It
No,
might be.
you cannot.
Mhm.
Will, what else you got for us?
Well, Moses, have you heard about Kevin Fitzgibbons? He was contracted by the NFL to be a photographer at Dolphins home games.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Oh, yes. We were talking about this.
Yeah, in week 6, of course, Tyreek Hill scored a touchdown. Then Hill grabbed Fitzgibbons' cell phone after he scored and filmed a backflip, which would have been awesome if he had biffed the backflip, but, what are you going to do? Right. Hill was penalized, and Fitzgibbons was lost his credential for the remainder of the season and, quote, possibly for good, unquote. So Tyreek Hill, who actually knows Fitzgibbons, said, me and K Fitz, we got a long history together. The news is something I already knew. I told him, don't let this get to you. Just hold your head up. I told him I was going to cover his salary, whatever the NFL pay him or whatever. I told him I was going to make sure that I do what's right and take care of you, make sure you're not out of a job. So
excellent.
That's nice of him.
Great story. Good feel-good story about Tyreek Hill, about Cheetah. That's nice. I love that kind of stuff.
But the NFL league, the league is just
I know.
dirt bad, isn't it?
That's
I mean,
stupid to punish that guy for
it. If there's anything this league can do, it can find somewhere to take some fun and squeeze it out of this game.
I know. We were just talking about that today. And we were at work. At work, it's like the celebrations were great, and now they're gone.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I mean, the dude ran over and grabbed his phone.
The NFL actually had that video up on their social media before pulling it.
And that's the thing. The NFL makes money off it, from advertising and the rest of it. They get from
that kid doesn't though.
They do, and then they get rid of the. I mean, what an absolute bunch of cretins that live in New York.
I know. That's sad. It's sad. No fun league.
Nope.
But well, thank you for the news. Those are some pretty good articles. Oh, well, we got a flag.
Another flag. Take it back 5 minutes.
Are they talking?
You know, for criticizing the NFL. So that's
they can send,
well done.
They can send me the bill in the post. They can send me a bill in the post because I've got some more things I can say about that shitty league.
So actually, that's the end of the first quarter. But before we go to the end of the first quarter, I have a surprise for all of you.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
You're pregnant.
All pain.
You're pregnant.
I knew it.
No. There's a little thing we did last year.
Uh-oh.
We had a little fun last year. Around Christmas time, some guy I worked with found an advent calendar. And
that's right. Yep.
Oh, yeah.
The worst gifts.
Yeah.
But
It was so stupid.
guess what, y'all?
Stuff ever.
The advent calendar's back.
I am so in for this.
I've got an intro I'm going to do here. So I can. All right.
This has made the whole year worthwhile. Go on.
Yes, the advent calendar's back. I found another one. Here it is, y'all. Here's the advent calendar.
I'm pretty sure it's the same one.
It's
I hope
probably
it's
the
got better
same one.
prizes.
But since today's the 1st of December, we are going to open door number 1.
Okay.
And then every week after
Can't
the
wait.
news, we're going to open. So, okay, I got door number 1 open. And this is a Seahawk themed gift, mind you.
I mean,
Is it though?
not really. Somebody stamped a Seahawk on
How
it.
was Belle from Beauty and the Beast to see?
Okay,
I feel like you ordered it from like
here's-
that wish.com or whatever.
here's what it is.
What am I
Is that a
looking
Ninja Turtle? No, that's a frog. That's a frog, isn't it?
What am I
What it
looking at?
is.
You ordered that on
What
What was
Tuesday,
that
didn't you?
thing?
Hell
It's
is
a
that?
doll. It's a girl. And
How
then
do you
this,
know?
and then this was in just pieces of stuff. I don't even
my
know.
God.
A butt plug?
She
What
came
on
with her own
earth?
sex toy? What?
Yeah, I think that's what a butt plug.
What is the world?
There
This
it
is what's
is.
wrong with Christmas, with advent
Oh,
calendars
wow.
and stuff.
Obviously,
It's
nothing says
odd.
Seahawks like
A
this.
pirate frog.
Yeah.
So there's
like a
your
matador.
first gift of the
looks
advent
like a matador.
calendar. And with that, boy, can't wait till next week, huh? I'm opening 7 of these suckers next week, so get
I'm-
ready.
Totally up for this now.
Yeah.
I know, it's going to be awesome. So anyway, now we'll end the first
How do you
quarter.
know it? How do you know it's a woman? Explain, please.
The
He's
hairstyle.
assuming.
The hairstyle.
It's 2023, 4, 5. What year is it?
Are you triggered, Lil Mo?
That's the end of the first quarter, bitches.
Lil Mo?
I don't know what year.
No,
it
he
is.
looks pretty
Don't
relaxed.
be triggered.
Hey,
He's under the age of 21. Of
check
course,
your
he's triggered.
privilege, Moses. Check your privilege.
I will check my
Yeah,
privilege, and while I'm checking my privilege, we will move on to the second quarter, because coming up next, we have all kinds of, the Wheel of Fun is just around the corner, and if you thought the advent calendar was exciting, you wait till the Wheel of Stuff. 'Cause the Wheel of Stuff is going to be even better, but before we do that, we do trivia at halftime, but before we do all that, we do second quarter, because we have to recap that Thursday night game between the Seahawks and the Cowboys, and sadly, we'll do that right after this.
You are watching the 12-Man Fan Jam Show, a Seahawk Positivity production.
That's the fact, Jack!
It's the second quarter.
Welcome to the second quarter of your 12-Man Fan Jam Show, episode 1117, Cowboys recap and the Wheel of Stuff. And we've had quite a story during the quarter, but we were talking about the Cowboys game. Seahawks lose 41-35 on Thursday night, and in Dallas, in Big D, losing in the big,
Oh.
big D. Big D.
Matt, do
I'm
you
not
need
going
help?
any farther with that. Put your own jokes together. Let's talk about that. Matt wiping himself with the penalty flag. Brilliant. All right. Let's talk about this game, I guess. Will, I'll let you start.
But
I'll
you
let
don't have
start.
anything to talk about?
You're not going to tell the story?
Oh, me? Okay. Do you want me to say why? Why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do it.
Okay. So we have a game day thread on Facebook page, and I was not very happy with the referee, and I'm sure we're going to talk about this during the second quarter here. But my comment that got me, didn't get me banned, but somebody wrote back and showed a picture that said, this comment has to be removed because it may or may not be violent, I think, or something.
On a football
Was I'm about to get on a plane, head to Dallas, and punch some striped shirts in the throat. Was what I said.
Did you let a
And that
couple
got
fly,
removed.
Moses? Did you let a couple fly?
I don't think so. Maybe.
What?
But
And so you tell me that got flagged, but you said
That got
earlier it
flagged.
didn't get flagged.
there's a much more offensive remark I made about Jerron Reed getting held. I'm not sharing. You have to be on the 12-Man Fan Jam Show
But that didn't get
Facebook
flagged.
page to see
Facebook,
this
you
one.
need to sort your priorities out. That's all we're going to say.
Yeah.
I was not happy. And listen, I'm sorry, I've asked Will and I've talked this whole time, but I'm going to say this. I am, as you guys know, notoriously over the years, I have not been one to talk about the refereeing.
Yep,
I'm
sure.
always one that says, hey, you know what? Bad calls or not, you still got to win the game, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I was absolutely besides myself furious with some of the calls and non-calls in this game. It was horrendous. They picked up 3 flags. 3 times they met. 3 times they had a conference, and 3 times they had a flag on the ground and went, oh, no, we're just kidding.
Oh, that would have been against
That's
Dallas.
terrible. That's horrible. Even if there
Yeah.
were nothing else, the fact that you picked up 3 of your own flags, that's like
Yeah.
having 3 calls reversed.
But they
Yeah.
had to wait. They had to wait for the instruction from Jerry Jones as to whether to pick
Exactly.
it up. That's the trouble.
So I'm sorry, Will. I'm coming. I haven't forgotten you. But Beyonce deserved to win. No. But I'm going to let you finish. No, but the refereeing to me just really had me very upset Thursday night. Okay, Will. Hi, Will. Tell us your thoughts about the game now that I've spouted off about the refs.
Well, you're talking about the referees, and there were a lot of bad calls. We made a lot of stupid plays too. I mean, let's not lose sight of the fact
we
that
did.
Some of those calls were legit. That being said, if this is the way the league is going, it's going to be unwatchable in short order. You cannot have the one Thursday night game this year that was actually worth watching. That was a compelling game with a lot of back and forth, a lot of excitement. And you had 250 combined yards of penalties. It's just the league needs to get it through their head that they've got a serious officiating problem.
I really wonder if Al Michaels was. I mean, he always says that, but you could just feel Al getting angry.
Well, he flat out said at one point, it's like, we're just going to take the rest of the night off and let Clete Blakeman.
And he's trying to be funny, but I think a lot of that is he's rolling his eyes.
There's a lot of truth in jest.
Al Michaels is getting old. He doesn't hold back anymore.
No.
He doesn't give an F.
But the league's got an officiating problem, and the Seahawks have a defense problem.
Wow.
Second most expensive defense in the league by cash spent for 2023, and we have blown 3 fourth quarter leads in the last 4 weeks, and the other week we got blown out. Probably a lot of you, I came into this game don't know how well we're going to do. I don't know if we're going to be able to pull it off, and was extremely pleasantly surprised to see us score a touchdown, long pass to DK, get another touchdown, score before the half, even though we had to score 3 touchdowns just to get one.
What happened in between those, though?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Of course.
Some things never change.
I'm watching this game. I'm watching our offense make plays. I'm watching DK Metcalf having himself a game. And I'm just sitting there going, okay, if we can just get some stops on defense, we've got this game.
Yeah.
But Dallas scored on 8 out of their 9 drives, not including the last one when they kneeled down. And the one they didn't score on was when we stopped them on 4th down. But, this defense, we've spent so much money on contracts and trade value and draft capital. And this is what we have to show for it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
These guys are supposed to be better. And we've gone through how many defensive coordinators, how many schemes, brought in players, high-priced free agents. Yeah, Dre Jones, great job, buddy. I hope you're spending that money. The one constant is Pete Carroll. Because all the coaches coming in are basically running a Pete Carroll scheme, and it's not working anymore.
No.
Kudos to Gino. He played a very good game for the most part. He bounced back from that one bad interception in the 3rd quarter and led us straight down the field on another touchdown drive. Charbonnet ran hard. DK was playing great.
Lockett forgot how to catch.
Yeah, well, he tripped over.
Yeah, that was uncharacteristic.
It happens, but
yeah.
The defense is a massive letdown this year.
I was looking at stuff as you were talking, the last 3 playoff teams, if you talk about the Ravens and you talk about the 49ers and you talk about the Cowboys, and those are teams that are going to be in the playoffs that we have to say, okay, if we're going to be in the playoffs, we have to run with these guys, right? Those 3 teams scored 37, 31, and 41 points against us. That's a red flag, y'all. That ain't a yellow flag. That's a red flag.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Not only did we give up points, but if I remember correctly, I don't think we had a sack or a takeaway in that game either last night. I don't think there was a single sack reported.
We had like 4 sacks.
We had 4 sacks.
Oh, okay.
We had 4 sacks, but no takeaways.
The problem was we get a sack and then give up first down, 3rd and 16 on the very next play.
Yes.
Oh, that's right. I was a little tipsy when I was watching that, I'm not going to lie. So
that
helped me get through it.
I understand. So there was some positives. I mean, on defense, Reek Woolen or whatever he wants to be known now, Reek looked like that benching for injury reasons. He came back on fire and
was tackling
really had a
hard.
solid game. Witherspoon, again, he kind of got burned at the end. But probably, and Limo and I were talking, it's probably his worst game of the year, but he still played very well for his worst game of the year.
Trey Brown, actually, I thought about it now. Trey Brown just got cooked by CeeDee Lamb all day.
Yeah,
They just kept
pretty
putting
much.
Trey Brown.
Well, he's not the first to get cooked
Lamb.
by CeeDee Brown, but yeah.
CeeDee Lamb.
CD,
whatever.
CD's
whatever.
CD's nuts in your mouth.
ABCDEFG. All right, whatever.
Yeah.
CD's nuts in your mouth.
Anyway, CD, yeah, he does that to everybody. And we got 4 sacks. So, I mean, again, we're like, we're giving him 41 points, but there's something there. Dustin, what else do you remember about the game? Anything in particular?
I'll let Little Mo talk about that, the streak, staying alive.
Yeah. Dustin called and wanted to hear Little Mo's comment on missing the field goals.
Yeah.
And he heard.
But
there was something weird in his whole run up to that kick, too. It just,
that
whole thing was off.
I was very pleasantly surprised the offense, because they hadn't been doing a whole lot of that recently.
Mm-hmm.
And they did it without K9. Which I thought was pretty good too. Because
they did it throwing the ball.
Yeah, like I said, my key to the game or whatever last week, prognostication or whatever, was that we had to have K9. I was banking on K9 being able to play because I wanted to keep Dallas's offense off the field.
Yeah.
In hindsight, we didn't keep him off the field enough. No. We put up points, but
scored
too fast.
I would like to share something about Gino though, and about the philosophy. We're down to when Charbonnet goes out, or Carbonnet, as we like to call him here.
Yeah.
As Carbonnet went out, we're on our 3rd straight quarterback or running back. And first off, it's going to change the philosophy of your offense. And we have 3 pretty darn good receivers to lean on that we have not leaned on at all this year. And now all of a sudden we're leaning on them a little bit, and look what happens: 35 points. Gino, I maybe his best game of the year for me.
It definitely was.
And the reason was he's what I've been begging for 8 weeks for him to do. He would plant that foot and he would throw it. He didn't think.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, gone. He didn't think. And I want that out of him. I want him to stop trying to do too much. Just do what's there, even if it's throwing it away. Now, still not the best game in the world, but for him, I wanted that. And when I saw him continually plant that back foot and throw through almost immediately, I love that.
Yeah.
I want more of that, please, the rest of the year.
Yeah.
Because that's what made him a good quarterback last year.
Day of the week. I will take that Gino any day of the week.
I will take that Gino any day of the week. I agree.
How good offense
smart play calls. That would be
and,
like that last one there where let's just leave Parsons uncovered as part of the plan. That cat came out. What?
But I think that's on DJ. That was on DJ Dallas because he was too slow to get across that field. He was supposed to cut him.
But Michael Parsons is stupid fast.
Yeah, he does a 40-yard in 4.3 seconds. So he's going to be. He's that guy. But I mean, putting your 3rd string running back in and expect him to undercut Parsons, get in space for a quick. That's just not going to happen. But that's. I don't blame that on Gino. I don't blame it on DJ. On DJ. I blame that on the offensive coordinator who just says that that's the play you're going to play at that point. I mean, It's some of this is. I'm just taking your point if I can, Moses. It is about Will's point, about having the most expensive or 2nd most expensive defense, in the league, so to speak, cash terms. It's a bit like buying a Rolls Royce and then deciding you're going to learn how to drive. Mm-hmm. You've got all the bits, you've got all the parts, you've got the things sitting in the driveway, but you can't actually use it. And that's kind of what seems to be happening here for me.
Feels like it.
If you're trying to just recreate the Legion of Boom in Pete's eyes, which is the last thing he can probably remember, then that's not the way to go. I think we've said this far too much. There's so much by playing that zone the way they play it. There's so much space in the center of the field that anyone that wants to go up the center of the field has got at least 5 to 10 yards after catch, regardless. Mm-hmm. We've got tackling, which I have to say is not always. I mean, Woolham was good, but let's look at consistency across the season.
Yeah,
tackling has been poor.
Yes,
and they've been doing a lot of arm tackles. There've been a lot of missed tackles. There's a lot of overrunning where they're running past tackles rather than actually being able to make the tackles. So I think we've got so many good bits in defense, but nobody with the either the guts to tell Pete Carroll that I'm really sorry, but it's just not working, mate. You need to let us come up with something new, which I think is probably half the problem. But the people are just not doing it. You cannot blow these number of leads. I will say though, props to Gino, because I agree with you, Moses. I think he had his best game of the season by far. I think I agree with you. He looked more confident in his aim and throwing, and he did. Now whether that was because we weren't being covered as well in defense, by the Dallas defense as we have been in other games. I don't know, because I don't see down the field. Unfortunately, they focus on the quarterback and never focus on the players down the field. Right. So I can't ever see what's bloody happening. The penalties were awful. Refereeing is terrible. The NFL, you're absolutely right. Well, if the NFL doesn't fix this game is going to become unwatchable pretty damn quick. But I don't have any confidence that they will fix it, because as far as they're concerned, they don't seem to care about that sort of quality of football. 64%, I think, third down conversion rate for the Seahawks, which is outrageously high for us.
Yeah.
I don't know where that came from. Good.
And it was a lot higher before those last couple of drives too.
Just incredible. But I go back to what I said exactly about 3 weeks ago, you don't really win games, whether they were fair or otherwise, with 130 yards of given penalties. You just don't win them. And there's no point, again, Pete coming on the camera saying, oh, these penalties are really sloppy, we've got to take them out of our game. Mate, you've said it every week for 6 weeks. Every week for every year for 6 years. You want to have a players team where everyone has fun and you're all doing all the shit. Well, get some discipline in your team, because that's the other thing you've got to get, I'm afraid. Yeah. And I don't want to. Pete's a legend. I mean, he's going to be a Hall of Fame coach. I mean, all of this is true, but at some point you've got to look at it and say, are you the problem? And I'm really sorry, Pete. At the moment, I think you might be.
It feels like he's the problem. And to be honest, talking about that Legion of Boom thing. The reason that team was so successful and that defense was so successful, it was the players and their attitudes.
Yeah.
And that's what it was. That's
incredibly simple schemes.
Yeah. Yep. They didn't do a lot, but everything they did it really, really well. And there's Hall of Fame caliber players kind of across the board there. So that's why they were so good.
Yeah.
And you have the attitudes of guys like Sherman and Chancellor and just the abilities they had and their mentality. You can't recreate that. That was just the perfect fireball. You have to find the guys that are perfect storm or whatever. The guys that you have now, that's what you have to worry about.
Agree.
And mold the scheme to them. Don't try and mold them to your scheme.
Great players and great coaches, not good, but great, adjust their plans. Every offense that's been wildly successful, you could go all the way back to the running gun of the Houston Oilers. You could go to the Kelly gun of the Bills. You could go to the RPOs of Russell his first couple years that ran a lot of RPO. It changed because people adjusted to that. Then you have to adjust. Great coaches and great players adjust.
But Pete has always had this sort of mentality whereby he says, I don't really care if they get down the field. Do you know what I mean? He doesn't care if they get down the field as long as they don't score. So it's almost like he puts all the chips on holding them at the touchdown line. Do you know what I mean? And that's like, no. Stop them in the middle of the field. Let's get some good position out of this. Let's and I don't think he still hasn't got that. He still says, that's okay. They've got 15 yards. That's okay. They've still got to get another 30 before they get a TD.
I agree. Little Mo, you got an update for us here. You kind of went.
Well, Oregon player just caught the ball one-handed at the back of the end zone. That's pretty sick. But
what do we miss?
Well, there was Turd Ferguson.
Yeah, that's his name. Well, I will say on the
crap name.
Not that it's an excuse, but on the field goal, that shouldn't have been a delayed game penalty because they held the ball until 12 seconds. And typically when they do 15 seconds on the play clock, and typically when you do that, they raise it and they'll give you extra time. Yeah. So, not that 5 would have mattered, 5 yards would have mattered anyways, because he sucks. But
it was a weird looking kick. It was a weird looking kick.
Yeah.
But I will say, how many times this year? I know you guys, recency bias, the poop on the defense, but how many times this year have we said our defense has played well enough to win games?
Yeah.
I know yesterday was bad. I know yesterday was bad and terrible. And I know we lost because of our defense last night. I'm not saying that's not the reason, but I'm saying a lot of times this year we've said we've lost games because of the offense, not because of the defense.
Right.
Yeah,
I agree.
That's true.
But that's the consistency where your two halves of your game aren't playing.
I agree.
But
I agree.
And the point I made was that, we're talking about the Ravens and the 49ers and the Cowboys. Those are playoff teams. If you go 17 points to the Cardinals or whatever, but the teams that we want to associate ourselves with are getting 37, 31, and 41 points. So yes, defense has been played very well, and good enough to win a lot of games. But when it comes to these playoff games, The games against playoff teams, I 37, 31, and 41.
And don't forget also, we let Washington score twice in the fourth quarter of that game and had to drive down and kick a game-winning field goal.
Yeah.
With no time.
Yep.
Because we let them drive down and score a touchdown and tie it up.
But our offense played well, obviously, and we did it without K9, like you guys said, and also Kyle Lockett not being his greatest. JS, that was definitely a catch by JSN, by the way. That ball never moved for a second.
Agreed.
But I knew they were going to return it. So.
But I knew they were going exactly. I knew they were going to. It's like,
JSN he's becoming into his own.
Yes, absolutely.
He's a legit pickup.
Yeah, huge bright spot.
Abe Lucas looked fine. Against the run, he looked really good. Pass, man, but the defense failed us, obviously.
But there's some positives. There's some positives.
And that's all I'd say. DK had a hell of a night, and we have laid shit on DK about being childish at times and being stepped up. Did what
I like that he's found a way to still be childish, but not in a way that he can get penalized.
But not in a way that gets 15 yards against us. Although, to be honest, if he did get 15 yards against us, we probably wouldn't notice it. We can just go with all the other 100 of other yards that we've got against us.
Right.
But we just went nose to nose with a team that a lot of people say are really good.
We did.
At their place. So
they sure did.
DK Metcalf's touchdown, fastest play in the NFL this year, just under 23 miles per hour.
But Lil Mo's right. I mean, we went head-to-head with a playoff team in their place. We didn't get blown out like the other two.
They had never trailed at home this year until
DK.
That 75-yard touchdown to DK, or 73.
And our offense kept answering the bell. Someday, hopefully, both will.
Problem is, we still got Philadelphia and San Francisco coming up in the next.
Oh no, our season's over. We're screwed.
I want to close the conversation with this before we go to the Posse Prediction Challenge. When we were, parental. I'll just call what it is, the Russell Wilson years, okay? We were perennial playoff teams. We won double digits every year. There were times where we won games we had no business winning.
Agreed.
That Detroit game, we're down 24-0 to a Buccaneer team that Super Bowl year that didn't win a game, 0-8. You could pick multiple games during that era where we won and we're all going, well, an ugly win is still a win. Well, a pretty loss is still a loss. And the last three games, last second field goal loss, blown out and outscored. We used to find ways to win. We're finding ways to lose right now. Right now, this team is in a habit of finding ways to lose a game. And the team that was in the past that we had was so successful would always find a way to pull it out, even though they shouldn't. Oh, they shouldn't have won that game, but we're 10-2. They would find a way to win, knocking the ball out of Calvin Johnson's hands, for Pete's sakes, in the end zone. What are the odds that's ever going to happen?
Karate chopping dudes to fumble the ball.
The Rams game, right. So there are all these games where we're like, man, an ugly win is a win. Well, a pretty loss is still a loss. And I think this team is right now in a funk where they keep looking to lose. And I don't like that. And I don't like Gino's attitude on the bench where he's sitting dejected, feeling sorry for himself. He has got to be a leader on this team. We said this last week.
Yeah. It's the same shit we used to say about Cam Newton. Hated that about that.
I hated that. Yeah. It's very much like Cam Newton, sitting dejected, feeling sorry for yourself. You've got to lead. That's what we need from a quarterback.
I wonder, Moses, though, if Pete Carroll's philosophy of you can win it in the fourth quarter is starting to play against us, because rather than saying you can win this if you take it away from them hard enough, you can win it in the second quarter if you want.
Yeah.
If you score enough points, if you get far enough ahead, you can win it in the second. But if you keep trying to leave it to the last minute,
proving that winning in the fourth quarter is difficult for us.
Yes. So stop saying it.
So stop saying it. We're gonna stop saying it. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna go to the Posse Prediction Challenge.
Oh, let's go straight past that bit.
Posse Prediction Challenge. Let's see how we did in the loss. I went with Dustin for the score. I mean, it's a 6-point game. I don't know. The other 6-point game was on the other side, but it was like I was 26-20, a year closer.
Wait, yeah, in your face.
Yeah, JSN did score a touchdown. Metcalf did too. We had 3 passing touchdowns, and that was pretty much all that.
So Walker didn't play.
Of that.
No.
Nope.
No game ball because we lost. The over and under was definitely over. Mike, Andy, and Dustin, which means Dustin, you are this week's big winner at 2. Maddie, Little Mo, Jose, Chris, and Andy all participated as well.
This week.
Everything gets a little bit tighter.
We picked up a point.
Jimmy, Chris, and Andy tied at the beginning, at the top. Mike at 17. I'm at 15. Stats fan Mark, Will, Becky at 14. So I'm getting a little bit, 10 points between all 12 of us. That's pretty crazy. And yes, we did pick up a point, which means even though Team 12 has 105 points, Team Posse has 83. We're only down 22 points, guys.
Now, guys.
So we'll be a while before we can. It'll be a while before we can get back to that, but
still have time.
Do that, and we're going to catch them. But before we do that, let's go to halftime.
Holy shit! It's halftime.
All right, we talked about the Cowboys game. We're going to put that aside, and now we're going to have nothing but trivia fun from now to the end of the show. Third and fourth quarter, we're going to do the Wheel of Stuff. But before we do that, it is time for America's favorite Seahawk internet themes trivia show, something. 12-man fan jam show, halftime trivia.
Flagged.
Yeah, flags. Yeah, you don't even get the
Most of the world. I'm going to go back 5 yards, and we'll start again after this.
You are watching the 12-man fan jam show. A Seahawk Positivity production.
If there's a better use for the internet, I haven't found it.
Yes, welcome to America's favorite Seahawk-themed trivia game. It is 12-man fan jam show halftime trivia
of the world.
The trivia game that tests the knowledge of our posse and our watchers and listeners as you watch this halftime trivia show. The questions for you watching this show will be on your lower left. If you play along, let us know how you did. Meanwhile, it is a competition between the posse, our contestants of the posse themselves, Matt, Will, Little Mo, and Dustin. Here are the rules. We have 2 rounds of questions. Each of them will get 1 question per round, and if they get it right, they get a point. During that time, they can remove an incorrect answer from their question once during those 2 rounds. And after that, we have a special final question worth 2 points, where the winner will be crowned. And if there's a tie, we'll go to an overtime question also worth 2 points, and we'll crown somebody the champion of 12-man fan jam show halftime trivia of the world. All right. So, Little Mo, 1 through 4, what would you like?
1.
Little Mo would like 1. Dustin?
2.
Will?
3.
Oh my God.
Nah.
Matt, 4.
Wait.
One of these questions is not like the others. Okay. That's all I'm saying.
Questions just don't belong.
And by the way, did I mention
South.
that how you finish in this competition may affect a competition later?
No, you have not.
Who are you talking to?
This is new information, sir.
Yeah.
Little Mo,
Brand new.
your question is this. This year when the Seahawks played the Lions, how many touchdowns did Geno Smith throw? 1, 2, or 3?
Ooh, I know if he won.
Okay.
No, that's not the answer, though. Stop. Calm down. Jesus. I'm going to go 3.
He's going to go 3.
We're going to go 3.
It's 2.
Oh. 2.
Phony.
Yeah, I would have said 2.
Dustin,
Yeah.
what state did the movie A Christmas Story take place in? Illinois, Indiana, Ohio. What state does The Christmas Story take place in? Illinois, Indiana,
I have no
Ohio.
clue. Indiana.
Do they
Don't
have
put your eye out, by the way.
I kind of want to say Illinois. I'm going to go Illinois.
Illinois.
Okay. He's going to kind of go Illinois.
I'd go to Ohio.
Is Indiana? Northern Indiana. Yeah, up by
Do you
Chicago.
have 3 L's in Illinois?
By Chicago? That's in
No,
Illinois.
it's ILL.
I knew that.
Will, when the Seahawks played the Panthers, how many touchdowns did Kenneth Walker score in that game? 1, 2, or 3?
He knows the exact yards.
2, please.
2, please. You're right. Will's on the board.
I bet that was on like Will's birthday or something.
Yeah, probably.
He probably did exact.
Nice
On one of his
celebration,
special
Will.
days.
Oh, wait a minute. No, sorry. You used a prop. No.
Excessive celebration.
Excessive
Take the point
celebration. Matt. Seahawks played the Giants. How many sacks did we have in that game? 11, 12, or 13?
Oh.
Hey. Did you say 12?
12.
I know
That'd
that
be cool
answer.
because it's like our, we're 12.
Yeah.
We are 12. It's not. It's 11.
It's 11, yeah.
So,
You're talking about this year, right?
yeah.
Yes.
These are all these year questions. What? Yes, I mean this year.
I've been listening to you.
All right. Will has a point. That's the little Mo Matt. You not Will. 5, 6, 7, or 8.
5, 6, 7, 8.
Little Mo 6, 7, 8.
6.
Oh my God. Dustin 7 or 8.
You got a serious
7.
ontological crisis.
Matt, you get question 8.
8.
All right.
6, 7,
Will.
8.
Whack.
In what ocean is Christmas Island located in? Christmas Island, is it Arctic, Indian, or Pacific Ocean?
It's got the crabs.
Take one away.
Happens.
I'm going to take away the Arctic Ocean. It's either the Indian Ocean or the Pacific Ocean.
You're the Pacific Ocean.
I should know this, but
To be Pacific.
I gotta go Pacific.
You have to be
India's
Pacific
near
when you answer
You
the
think
question.
India's near the Indian Ocean?
It's the Indian Ocean. Right?
Indian
Wow.
Ocean. It's got the red
I
crabs.
thought
It's got
I thought
crabs.
that's
Native
what
American
India-
now, sir. Don't be offensive.
You cannot. Yeah, I think you're not allowed to be on that island, especially when the crabs, because there's like
When they
millions
spawn.
of crabs. Yeah, so they
You
make
get
people
crabs?
leave. You can't stay on Christmas Island
Something
because
we
of
won't have
that.
to worry about, Little Man, I'm sure.
It's not
Yeah.
very jolly.
Little Mo,
Yes.
Seahawks played the Cardinals and beat them. Who had the most sacks in that game for the Seahawks? Was it Boye Mafe, Jerron Reed, or Darrell Taylor?
Yeah. Take one
But-
away.
Take one away. I'm going to take
Yeah.
away Boye Mafe. It's either Jerron Reed or Darrell Taylor who had the best
Yeah, it
most
is.
sacks. The best.
Can you
sacks.
say that? Can you say that last guy's name?
Darrell Taylor?
Hey, thank you. Jerron Reed.
He's going with Jerron Reed. Darrell
Oh,
Taylor. Taylor 1.5. The other two had 1. All right, Dustin.
Yeah.
When the Seahawks beat the Commanders, who did not
command.
who did not have a sack in that game? Boye Mafe, Darrell Taylor, or Leonard Williams? Who did not?
Oh, I
have a
know
sack in that
this
game?
one.
Everyone had a sack in that game, but somebody.
Well, if that
We all
was
have
Williams' debut, I don't think he did, so I'll say Leonard Williams.
He's going to say Leonard Williams. No, it was Darrell Taylor. Remember,
It
Leonard
was his
Williams
home
sacked him in
debut.
the Commanders because he played for the Giants. They kind of got in a little scrub.
Oh, that's right.
And meanwhile,
That's right.
Mafe was, going on a streak.
The record.
Matt,
Okay.
Hello.
hello. When the Seahawks beat the Commanders, how many punts were... I can't believe I said this. How many punts were mounted by both teams combined? I don't know what I was thinking when I wrote that out. 7, 8, or 9. How many teams punts combined did both teams have?
Illegal use of words.
I know.
Take one away, please.
I'll take away mounted. No. I'll take away 8. It's either 7 or 9.
I'll go with 7.
Go with 7. And it's all right. Wow. So this is interesting. So
Really?
Will has a point and Dustin, Lil Mo, Matt do not. So we second game,
no point.
second show in a year had 1 right answer in the 2 rounds, but that's okay because it's now time for your final question.
Question.
All right, final question. It is a number. The closest without going over will get the 2 points. There will be no overtime. And if you're all over who is close without going over, we'll get the points. It is a number, and we're going to go in this order. We are going to go with Matt at first, Dustin at second, Little Mo at third, and Will at fourth.
Victory.
Here we go. Matt, your question is this. How many total points have the Seahawks scored at home this year? At home, how many points have the Seahawks scored?
Now, hold on.
Not enough.
What game are we on now?
Yep.
I have no clue.
Uh-oh.
Well,
Looks like
6 and
he's doing
6.
math.
That's 12.
Let me copy this 6, turn down.
I don't even know how many home games we've had.
Wherever
I don't know either.
76 plus 12. Add Pete Carroll's age, divide by Geno Smith's leg measurement.
Divide by the years Trump can get in prison.
That many?
You're not entertained.
Set a good table for us, Matt.
I can't set a good table on this one because I genuinely don't really know. So I'm going to say 191.
191. Dustin, how many points have the Seahawks scored at home this year?
Said not enough. I'm being honest, 191 seems high to me.
I know, but I'm just being optimistic. It's a positive channel.
Yeah.
He set the table.
Yeah.
Really high.
Yeah, I can't reach it.
I can't reach
Which is
it.
the
I'm going to the
problem
K
for
table. I'm going to the K table. That's stable.
Somebody get a booster seat. Somebody get the booster seat.
That's not that high though. He can't reach it.
I gotta think it's significantly less than that. I'll say 115.
115. 115, 191. Little Mo.
154.
154. 191, 154, 115. Will.
Let's go 126.
126. All right. 115, 126, 154, 191. The amount of points the Seahawks have scored at home this year, 136. Will, only 10 off. He is our champion for 12-Man Fan Jam Show halftime trivia for this episode. Congratulations, Will Harrison.
Nice job.
Well done, Will.
Well done.
Remember, this affects the next couple of rounds.
It does. It just might.
Does.
It just
Why
might.
do you say it like that? You sound like a
Whole new
sponsor.
information, folks.
He said like a sponsor.
We don't know what's going to happen next. May cause anal leakage. May
Yeah.
cause accidental pregnancy.
We've got
Do
so
check
much
with your
more
doctor if
trivia
symptoms
fun
persist.
coming
Did you
up
know
in
you
the third or
can't drink
fourth
Monster?
quarter.
You know you can't drink Monster if you're breastfeeding.
All right. Coming
Never
up.
stopped you before, Lil Mo.
The wheel of stuff.
He's over
But
there
before we
breastfeeding
do
dude
that,
until
it's
he
time
finds
to
out.
end.
The baby in the belly. It's just
Oh my God.
Yeah, that's got a flag all over it, that has.
Oh my God.
You're not ready, but I'm ready.
This has been another stomach churning, heart
Breastfeeding.
pounding, head hurting,
Yeah.
monster drinking,
I'll say
Lactating.
monster banning, apparently.
Flag throwing, lactating,
Pythagorean theorem.
but that's good there.
remote control.
Boxcar, and we'll be back.
Octagon.
After this.
You're just like the dude in Anchorman.
It's Brick.
Looking at
Brick
random
is
things
Stats
and
Man
naming
Mark,
them.
but he's Brick.
Yeah.
Oh.
It's funny. It really says on the can you can't breastfeed while drinking Monster, which means
I'm
someone
so
has.
proud of my son right now.
You are watching the 12-Man Fan Jam Show, a Seahawk Positivity production. Holy shit, it's the third quarter!
All right, welcome to the second half of episode 1117. As advertised, the Cowboys and Wheel of Stuff episode of your show. Once again, congratulations, Will, for winning the halftime trivia.
Thank you.
Well done. Well done. And we don't have a game to talk about for next week, so we decided that we would have some fun. And these guys have been begging to ask me questions since I just always every week ask them trivia questions. So I came up with a little thing called Wheel of Stuff. The Wheel of Stuff, here's how this works. I've asked the Posse to ask me a question where they get two answers. I have to pick the right answer. If I get it right, good for me. Everything's great. If I don't, I have to spin our Wheel of Stuff. The Wheel of Stuff here has 12 items on it. 6 of them are good for me. 6 of them not so much. So it involves drinks. And so some of the things on here is like a shot of our friend, the Moscow Mule from earlier, which I hated. The shot of White Claw, which I also hated. A shot of the Witch's Brew, which
$5 wine.
which I could not
$5
stand.
wine.
That's all you need to know.
And then jalapeno sauce. I've got some jalapenos here, and I'm going to drain some sauce and take a shot of it. And then there's spoonful of mayonnaise, which I absolutely despise.
I hope I get that one.
And there's nothing worse than mayonnaise. It's freaking ranch dressing. So those are the bad. Now I have 6 good ones. I could take a shot of root beer, which I love root beer. I could take a shot of Sprite, which I also like Sprite. I could take a shot of Propel grape. And then I could also get a spoonful of mustard, which is fine with me because I like mustard. A spoonful of peanut butter, which is also a good thing. And last but not least, a spoonful of some barbecue sauce or mild sauce. So
it's mild, not
6 good,
barbecue.
6 bad. Once I use the spot, I'm going to leave it on. I'm just going to leave it on. I'm going to leave the spots on. I'm not going to change them. So here's how this is going to go. The 4 of you are supposed to have questions for me. If you have 2 questions, tell me you have 2, and I will pick either 1 or 2. Or your left hand, your right hand. I guess we could do that. And then you're supposed to have a question with 2 answers, and I'm supposed to pick the right answer. And if I do, I'm good. If not, we might see some vomit tonight on the show. So that'll be exciting.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start with Will, because Will kind of did real well in the halftime trivia. And Will, I know you've been dying to ask me a question for years, so it's your turn. Quiz me.
Well, Moses, back before Sports Illustrated was written by AI, that's another story I could have got tonight. It was considered an honor to make the cover of Sports Illustrated. Now, the first Seahawk to be featured on a Sports Illustrated cover was, of course, Sean Alexander in our first Super Bowl year.
Okay.
But the first Seahawk to be on the cover of Sports Illustrated in any fashion occurred in 1982, when our player was getting stiff-armed by Marcus Allen. Who was that Seahawk on the cover of that 1982 issue of Sports Illustrated? Was it
Good question.
Bruce Schultz or was it Keith Butler?
Wow. Okay.
What are you doing? Are you cheating? What's happening?
I'm writing down the words. I'm writing down Bruce Schultz or Heath Butler.
Do you have any clue?
No.
Good.
I'm going to go with Heath Butler. Yes! Yes! Woo! 1 for me. Heath Butler. Whoa, scary moment. I actually have the Sports Illustrated when they played the first year when they played the Buccaneers and they won. There's like an article about the game between the 2 teams. That was kind of cool. I kept that for a while.
Oh, wow.
Don't know why. Matt, you're next. Matt.
Hello.
Hello.
Would you like question 1 or question 2?
Well, I think I'm going to go with question 2.
Question 2, okay. Sean Alexander was the first man to be on the cover of both Madden NFL and what other video game? Was it NCAA football or All-Star football?
Oh, that's a good question.
Well, Sean Alexander was quite the player in Alabama. And all-purpose yards, like he did everything. And so I'm going to say NCAA.
Ding, 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 ding.
Yes!
Wow.
Jesus.
2-0, y'all. 2-0. All right. Dustin, what you got?
I'm kind of sticking with the Cowboys theme here. On a stats thing. So when the Seahawks played the Dallas Cowboys in 1980,
all right,
who led the Seahawks in rushing yards? Was it Jim Jodat or Lawrence McCutcheon?
You remember that game, Moses?
Like it was yesterday, I'm sure.
How do you spell Jim's last name?
Jodat, Jodat.
He just asked Dustin that.
Or Lawrence McCutcheon?
Yep.
Is he related to Andrew McCutcheon?
Okay, I'm trying to blow this. What?
I'll tell you how to spell that in case you didn't know.
No, that's okay. I'm going to say Jim Jodat.
You were wrong, sir.
Yes.
I cannot remember Lawrence McCutcheon being on the Seahawks.
Yeah, he had 11 attempts for 95 yards that
Well,
game.
here we go, y'all. Time to spin that wheel.
had 9 for 48.
Come on, big money, big money.
Whammy, whammy.
Oh, he shot a Moscow Mule.
He hates this.
Oh. Now, here's the thing. This is a shot glass. And I said, you know what? No.
Fill it all the way up.
That's not a shot.
This is a shot glass.
This is a shot glass.
So, I mean, to make this thing work, you got to
you're filling the whole thing up?
Yeah. Let me get the, oh, wait.
This will not end well.
I've lost, no, it's not. The mule passed out, apparently. Oh, there he is. Okay, here's my mule. All right.
Mule passed out. Sorry,
Moscow Mule. Fill that sucker up. All right. There's my full drink of Moscow Mule. All right.
Nice.
Chug.
Got this.
Chug.
And blah on the screen.
Disgusting. Oh, and I belched.
More in your future.
It's like, okay, you're having 7-Up, and all of a sudden somebody pours like alcohol, pure alcohol down your mouth. Oh, it's 7-Up. Fooled you. Oh,
nice.
mercy.
All right, Little Mo. I think he needs another round.
Yeah.
All right, Little Mo.
One or two.
I'm going with 2.
Okay. When I played my first year of playing football,
Oh,
goodness.
what team was I on?
okay. What are the options?
Like, what was the team name?
Yeah.
Louisville Cardinals, or Ball State? Cardinals.
Because you played on both those teams, but
I played on both those teams. Which one was first?
I think that was
just real quick. Hold on, real quick. We lost every game.
I was gonna say this was a terrible team.
The coach's son was the quarterback. So there you go.
But I'm gonna go. Because they're both Cardinals too, and they're both red and black.
And I played back-to-back years. I was on one or the other.
I seem to think. I'm trying to think of the good team and what they had. I'm going to go with Ball State.
Nope.
Oh!
Nice.
Louisville was my first team.
Louisville. I really was leaning towards Louisville, but I had
Number
bought a Ball
58,
State
baby.
shirt. Yeah.
Starting guard, baby. We scored one touchdown all year.
Very, very good offensive lineman, by the way.
And then I played center.
Damn.
Guard and center, baby.
Big money, no whammy. Big money, no whammy.
No mayo. Oh, yeah. Spoon of mustard. Woo.
Rigged.
Oh, that was close.
Ooh.
That was really close.
You should do our second questions if we had a second question.
Yeah, we should do more questions.
How many of you have two questions?
You ask us 2 questions.
Well, you know what?
Jerk.
So let's end the third quarter. All right, 2 out of 4, not bad. Had Moscow Mule, which
doesn't know his own son when he took him to every practice.
I know, and with every game. Well, the Louisville and Ball State are both Cardinals. It's like,
and they're both like red and pretty the same.
Well, that was the same jersey.
We're gonna find out later that
one was gray and one was white. That was it.
The opposite.
Anyway, we're not done with the wheel of stuff left yet because it is time for me to turn the wheel of stuff on the posse as we have a new exciting episode of Wheel of Stuff, and that is the fourth quarter, and that's coming up right after this.
You are watching the 12-Man Fan Jam Show, a Seahawk Positivity production. It's the fourth quarter, bitches!
Welcome to the fourth quarter of episode 1117, your 12-Man Fan Jam Show, the Cowboys and Wheel of Stuff edition of your 12-Man Fan Jam Show. I was just quizzed by the posse. I got 2 out of 4 right. However, I had to drink Moscow Mule and have a spoonful of mustard, and my stomach's doing flip-flops. But this half of the show, in this quarter, we get to talk about, I get turned tables as we have a new Wheel of Stuff. New wheel of stuff. Here's how this goes. I have a question for all 4 of you with 2 options. If you get it right, I have to spin the wheel that I spun in the third quarter for me.
Okay.
So if you get it right, I may get a consequence. But if you don't do so well, we have all kinds of fun new stuff here on our Wheel of Fort. This is what you'll have to go for. Now, you may notice on there seems to be some very familiar things like news, fashion report, and things like that. Mm-hmm. News, fashion report, weather report, sermon of Seahawk positivity, get roasted next show, and read something I write for you.
That's just
read something I write for you I would send you something that you have to read in the first quarter.
Okay. You're going to make us cancel?
Get roasted next show means that we all get to tell a joke or two about you in front of your face and, roast you like they do on a roast for a brief time during the show. Here's where it gets fun. Fashion report, weather report, and news and sermon of Seahawk positivity. If you land on those, that will be what you have to do in next week's show.
Oh, goodness. Okay.
So if Will lands on the fashion report, will be doing the fashion report next show. And the news, unless someone lands on the news. So,
okay.
So Matt,
that's how this is going to go. So next episode, that should be a lot of fun. Depends. So I guess I will.
Choose me.
So I got Will's right, and I got Matt's right. Correct?
Yes.
Correct.
All right. So I'm going to go with you guys first, and then Dustin and Little Mo. All right.
Of course.
4 questions, and they are football questions, and they are Seahawk questions. And what they are is I went back this season, and all the overtime questions that we didn't use, I picked one. So the first person for the wheel of stuff is Will. Will, would you like question 1, 2, 3, or 4?
Yes.
3, please.
3, please. All right, Will. Here you go. Will, how many penalty yards did the Seahawks have in the game against the Giants in 2005? That was the one where the Giants had all those those penalties. False starts. So how many penalty yards did the Seahawks have in that game? 65 or 70?
Oh, we have options.
Yeah, I'll give you 2 options. Just like
take one away.
Nice
Good one.
65 or 70. How many penalty yards did the Seahawks have in that game against the Giants in 2005?
65.
65. You're right. You got it. I have to spin.
Good job.
So we go to my wheel.
William.
Here we go.
Sorry.
Please no mayo. I can do anything but mayo. I can do anything but mayo. Moscow Mule again. They're trying to get me trapped. Jeez.
Chug.
Yeah, the glasses, the thing's half empty now. All right. Moscow Mule.
You just hit remove right there if you didn't want to do the same ones again.
No, I think I'm going to leave them on there because if I have to do 5 shots of Moscow Mule, I have to.
Do you have enough?
Yes. Wow.
That's funny. He's hurt
right
there.
So, Will, you got me. Matt, 1, 2, or 4?
4, please.
4, please. Matt.
Sorry.
In last season's playoff game between the Seahawks and 49ers,
yeah.
How many total yards of offense did the 49ers have in that game? 503 or 505?
505. Too many.
Yeah, you got it.
I can tell by your face.
Yeah.
Spin that
this
wheel.
Wheel has not been a friend to me tonight.
Spend it.
Mayo. Mustard! Again?
Yes! Wait,
This wheel is rubbish.
Wait.
Yeah.
This is rigged. This is the same ones over and over again. What's happening?
Hey.
Wait, spin it real quick. Just spin it.
We'll just see. Yeah, I agree with you. See if it's taken. If it goes to Mule again, no, see it doesn't.
Oh,
no, it didn't.
It's a of ranch.
Okay.
on.
I agree with you. That was kind of weird.
So you gonna get ranch?
No.
Oh no, he's having mustard.
Mustard.
He's doing everything, including mustard, right there. But all he's had so far tonight is mule and mustard.
There's nothing like knocking back some Moscow Mule and finish it off with mustard.
Absolutely.
Outstanding.
You usually have that as a chaser for it. Yeah.
Wow. Dustin, 1 or 2?
2.
Dustin, 2.
2.
When the Seahawks played the Browns in Cleveland in 2019.
Okay.
How many passing yards did Russell Wilson have in that game? 295 or 296?
That's
really
not nice. Close.
That's not nice.
Not nice.
I don't know. Go Russell. 296.
Go Russell. 296.
1 yard. Woo.
Go hard. Go home. Oh,
he's down. So let's see. Let's see what happens here.
Passion.
I'm gonna give a sermon. That would be good.
Dustin is doing the fashion report next week.
Nice.
That's one less job I ain't got to write.
But you gotta do the
weather. You can still write it. I'll just read it. That's
no.
Take that off. Take that off.
It's not gonna be as funny.
All right, Little Mo, number 1 here. How you doing? When the Seahawks played the Panthers in 2015,
okay,
how many receiving yards did Jermaine Kearse have in that game? 128 or 129?
You're not a nice person.
Also very close.
Love you too, son.
129.
129. That's right.
So,
mayonnaise.
The last spin of the night.
Mayonnaise.
On the wheel of stuff.
Wow. We are going to see some vomit, people. We are going to see vomit.
I want to watch this. Don't do it yet.
We are going to watch vomit live.
Oh dear!
We are going to see projectile vomit. This is going to be amazing.
If you do, make sure you aim at Little Mo.
Aim at Little Mo, absolutely.
Just Moses, this was your idea.
Little Mo, this is what we call core memory making right here.
Yeah.
This is what we call bad decision making.
Right here. It's a big spoonful.
Oh goodness!
Chug.
Oh, this is going to be bad. This is so bad. We are recording, aren't we?
Yes.
Yeah.
We are.
Now I kind of want to throw up.
Oh, no. Oh, hold it down. Hold it down. Hold it down. Hold it down.
No, don't. It tastes so good. It's so yummy.
Ooh, it's that creamy goodness.
Tasty
almond. You got to eat more.
It's that egg and oil mixture.
Wash it down with some Moscow Mule.
Yeah.
There you go.
Wow.
Now he's drunk and sick. This is amazing.
Yeah.
Well, the whole light flashed in front of my eyes.
It's a particularly well done.
Way to take one for the team.
I thought he was going to have a seizure.
What I do for this show, people, I do.
You're going to need to do it again, I'm afraid. That was a false start. So we're
No,
going to need to do that whole bit
recording.
again. Sorry
It's
about
not
that.
recording.
I drink it 3 times.
Yep.
It's not recording, sorry.
Oh, God, please tell me it's recording.
It's recording.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. All right, well, that was...
He looks like he just, ran a mile.
Yeah.
He's sitting there.
I don't...
Well, that was the thing.
Right now, his stomach doesn't quite know what the hell is going on.
I don't feel well.
No.
2 spoons of mustard, 1 of mayo, and 3 shots of mule. He doesn't know what the hell
4,
is going on.
because I took another drink.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he had to wash it down with some Moscow Mule.
In fact, it's...
Delicious.
You know what? Hang on, y'all.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Look at him go.
You know,
He ain't
Well,
getting
that's
paid
so
no more.
those
That man
things
is
get better the more you have of them.
The man is a seasoned drinker.
You won't feel
They
the pain.
stop after a while. It just doesn't taste like anything, and you can just chug them.
God. Oh, okay, well.
To be fair, Dustin gets to that stage by 8 a.m.
So next week,
So yeah.
Dustin does the fashion report. So be ready for that. As well as his injury report. Everything else stays the same, but we'll have Dustin do the fashion report. It should be exciting. And it is time to finally...
You look like you've gone through something.
I'm staring at this little bastard in the face right here.
How would you get a
real
chance
mayonnaise?
Message me the key components of it so I don't forget anything. I know there's.
Yeah, I got you. We got you.
Okay,
Don't
yeah.
worry. So before we do that, though, we have to put this show, end the show. Oh, I'm okay.
I'm so happy you got mayonnaise.
Yeah, I am too. On behalf of Dustin,
how'd that boob taste?
Will, Little Mo, Matt, and Satsuma Mark, wherever he is.
And
This has been your self-appointed Reverend Moses of the St. Paul Church Seahawk Positivity, saying before he vomits, as always, everybody, I don't know if we'll ever do this wheel again. I'll tell you that. Go Hawks.
Go Hawks.
We'll hawk it up.
Drink the cheap bottle of wine.
What I meant about the
You are
components
the
is
devil.
like you have